Alright, what's up guys? In this video we're going to pick up some complex analysis. We're going to be talking about DeMoivre's theorem. So we're asked to use DeMoivre's theorem to find the power of a given complex number, and it wants us to write our answer in standard complex format or rectangular form basically. And so what we're given is 2 times cosine of 10 degrees plus I sine of 10 degrees raised to the third. So DeMoivre's theorem, here it is here, and it's pretty straightforward. So I'll just read it a little bit. So it just says that let z equal r multiplied by cosine theta plus I sine theta, or let's say you're given a complex number in that format where n can be any integer, 2, 3, 4, 7, whatever. Then basically what it says is that z raised to the n is equal to r raised to the n multiplied by cosine of n theta plus I sine of n theta. Or you can also write it as r times cosine theta plus I sine theta raised to the n. It's written that way. And so the first thing we need to do is identify what our n is going to be, which we'll do. And once it's kind of just a plug and chug process. There's a little bit of simplification and stuff that has to go into it, but and then we'll write it in rectangular form. So that's DeMoivre's theorem. And basically what it allows us to do, it just allows us to find the powers and roots of a complex number, basically. So in our case, let's identify what n is. So n here is just going to be 3. And it's just it's a really simple process. So we got 2 multiplied by cosine of 10 degrees plus I sine of 10 degrees all raised to the third. So if we use DeMoivre's theorem, then this becomes 2 raised to the third multiplied by cosine. Remember, n is 3, so this would be 3 times 10 degrees plus I sine of 3 times 10 degrees. And we'll close that up. Now we know that 2 cubed is 8 because 2 squared is 4, so that must mean that 2 cubed is 8. And so what we're going to get is 8 multiplied by cosine. Well, 3 times 10 degrees is 30 degrees, so this will be cosine of 30 degrees plus I sine of 30 degrees. That's what we'll have. Now we need to get cosine of 30 degrees. Remember, cosine of 30 degrees, that's just the square root of 3 all over 2. And remember that sine of 30 degrees is 1/2. That's just something that you kind of have to remember. And so all we really have to do is replace all of that. So we'll get 8 multiplied by the square root of 3 all over 2 plus 1/2 I. Now if we distribute the 8 in and kind of simplify it a little bit, we'll get 4 multiplied by the square root of 3 plus I, if we simplify it. And if we distribute this 4 in, we know we'll get 4 times the square root of 3, which would be the real part, and then the imaginary part will be 4i. And that would be our answer. So our final answer, when we use DeMoivre's theorem here, and they wanted it in rectangular form or standard form. And again, that's just a plus bi, and so the answer here is z is equal to 4 multiplied by the square root of 3 plus 4i. That is your answer. Alright, so hopefully that made sense. I'll post another video where we can go through another example of a problem like this and get more practice with it. But that's going to be your answer. Alright, so let me know if you got any questions. I'll see you next time.